Native Honor Hours.
Hi.
In case you're wondering, you're sitting there adjusting. No, Cindy didn't get cute over a week. Gretchen,
She's gonna kill you.
I know.
She's watching.
Gretchen is filling in for Cindy while what's Cindy doing this week?
She'll be here.
Yeah, she had a meeting with her parole officer. And you
She
can't
had
be
to take a drug
you
test
can't be
for
late
her
to
parole
those.
officer.
Did you have to do a UA this
Yeah,
week?
UA this week.
That's why it takes a little bit longer when you have to do a UA. For all those people that don't know what a UA is, you want to tell them?
Urine analysis.
Analysis. And why do they take it?
Make sure what kind of drugs you have in your system or not.
That
have.
you don't, to assure you
Make
don't
sure you
have
don't
them in
have
your.
any. I should go
Those
back to jail.
those of us in the biz, you know. Well, I'm not supposed to make fun
Plead
of you.
the
am I?
fifth.
She's taking too many of my classes now, huh? Well, we're back, and Cindy, I don't know where she's at. She'll be here, I think. But I don't know. I see. I feel kind of bad making fun of. Remember, I told you I can't make fun of you
Right. But
too
you
much.
can.
But
I let you.
yeah, but after what you've been saying in class today, I don't know. You might bring some upon yourself. Because where you going tonight?
I'm going to see Indigenous in Lincoln.
Who's
Go
Indigenous?
see my husband. He's in town. He's in
Who? Rich?
Mato. You're funny.
No.
Funny guy.
So
Indigenous with Mato Naji. I've read it. Said Mato. He's
Najee.
Up
That's
north.
is that Lakota?
Yankton.
Is it?
He's Yankton.
Is he Yankton?
That would be Lakota, wouldn't it?
I don't know. They're all the same to me. You know all those people. They all look alike.
Well, yeah.
Ooh, that was bad, wasn't it? Was that bad? It wasn't bad. Might be a little bit.
So yes, I'm going down to Lincoln tonight.
So who you going down there with?
Actually, my guy that does my tattoos and his girl.
My guy that does my tattoos.
And his girl.
Let me ask you this: you have a designated driver?
We are all sober.
No, just
peoples.
asking.
We are all sober people.
Just making sure.
So yes.
You know, because I don't want to be getting a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning. Because I don't.
You might get one for sexual harassment.
What?
From me against Mato.
Oh,
Stalking.
you know what? You say that now, but
I'll be like,
wait till he gets out of a van and wearing shorts.
yeah.
He's
Over
got
it.
He's got these pencil legs, just yellow. Hasn't taken a bath in 3 days, all greasy. And then see if you talk like
Then
that.
I'll be over it. I'll be like Cindy.
You know,
over
because that's
it."
what Cindy was, the way she was with Gary.
Gary.
Ooh, Gary. And then she sees him and gets out of the van, little pencil knee legs, and she's like, I'm over it. So you'd probably be the same way, huh?
Yeah, I doubt it.
I bet you. Kenny, what do
Too
you
cold to
think?
be getting out of a van with shorts
What do you think?
and sandals today.
Oh, you're not listening. He's not listening. He's
It's like the delayed one. So.
Oh, okay.
Catch up.
It gets really funny in about 2 or 3 minutes, and then let us know. What do you think, Mom? You heard her talking that kind of talk in class today.
Yeah, well, I've seen him in person.
So do you
I
approve?
was 20 years younger.
Do you approve?
Oh, there she is.
Oh, guess who walks in the door here?
Oh my God, we're pretty
I just made a little bit of fun of you. That's all, just a little
Just a
bit.
little bit.
Yep, she's back.
She's back.
Cindy, we know she's back. Cussing. First words out of her mouth were cuss words. No.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Chocolate.
so you're going down to Lincoln,
Yep.
and indigenous
Indigenous.
is in there.
Mhm.
Seriously, you're not gonna embarrass yourself. are
No,
you?
I got my snagging earrings on.
Ooh, she said it. I wasn't gonna go there.
I want details.
Remember, my grandkids are watching.
Oh, they don't know that word yet.
Well, we don't want
That's the
to.
polite
We don't want to introduce that to them.
I'm going to have fun and listen to music.
Kenny, what part of this? My grandkids are watching. Don't these two understand?
I just said I'm listening, going to listen to music.
Understand what TV creeping is. You're overeducated.
Well, shall we take a higher road? I don't ever think we'll take a high road. but just a little bit higher road.
Sure, let's do it.
We'll try to move away from your extracurricular
Okay.
Activities, and I can't believe you sit there and you let her.
I'll just fill you in tomorrow on Facebook.
Well, I know she'd be.
I'll post all the pictures
I
tomorrow.
know hickeys on her neck. It's
I will
like,
kill you
man.
with my bare hands.
No hickeys, no hickeys. I'm more classy than that. I hide them.
No, yeah, she's not.
Be where you can't see 'em.
Yeah, they won't be on my neck.
You know, he is the Indian guy. Some of our Indian guys and hickeys. All right. Well, I hope you have an enjoyable
Yay, thanks.
time. And Cindy, I was telling her she's all Twitter-pated about Mato from Indigenous. No. I was telling her. I said, wait till she sees him in shorts, little skinny pencil legs, yellow, and face all greasy, hasn't bathed in 2 days. Then see if she has that same kind of crush. She won't. She knows it. You guys talk that all the time, but you actually see somebody, you're like, ooh.
Yeah.
man.
It's doubly bad if their legs are together.
It's like those actresses. You ever see them with without the makeup? You're like, ooh, man. You know, you could walk past them in Walmart and think nothing of it. Oh, yeah, they belong in Walmart. So, ooh, did I just say something else bad?
Hey, I go to Walmart.
Oh, like I'm saying. See, you voluntarily sat in that chair.
I know.
And you said smack me. Didn't you say smack me?
I know.
I'm sorry.
I'm just playing
I don't
along.
know. You gonna let Cindy sit?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Are you ready?
No.
Okay.
She's not ready yet.
She's eating.
She's still catching.
Are you eating a cheese
I
pizza?
jogged over here from the Eppley Administration Building. I think I need a moment.
We
because
just
I
got
think I'm having
started.
the big one.
All right. The big one? You know what? I was watching. Reminds me of Fred Sanford. It's, the big one. It's happening.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, come to join you.
Elizabeth. I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you.
Yeah.
I was watching. I don't know what channel it was, but they had all the Sanford and Son reruns.
Reruns.
Channel.
Oh, I love
Yeah, and I was thinking, acting wasn't so good back then as I recall that it was. It was really.
He was great though.
He was
You know,
funny.
I have to say
played
this.
himself.
I have to say this. So I remember watching that as a kid and thinking, you probably think, my quick wit and sarcastic tone, just happened naturally.
Right.
I just remember as a kid watching that and thinking, I'd like to, be able to have those little snappy comebacks like that. Because I was able to put somebody down and just like
You're
that.
more of a Freddie Prinze.
No, oh yeah, the big hair.
Remember him?
Oh yeah, I remember Chico.
Chico and the Man. Yeah.
Anyway, I remember I was watching and thinking, yeah, Fred Sanford. But I always thought that the acting was a little bit better. You look back, you were just what, little kid
I used
back
to watch it.
then? Okay. And you're thinking, nah, the production value wasn't as what I thought it was. Now I guess we get spoiled today. Because I'm sitting there thinking, I could have done that. I could have done that.
Right.
Anyway, we have some sort of big news.
We do?
What do you think we did all Saturday, man? We did.
Oh.
you mean I wasted
well,
my
you guys
Saturday?
Talked about last.
No, but we kind of, at least we finalized.
Yeah, powwow.
yeah,
It's
we're-
rolling.
Who's going to be the MC?
His name is Eddie Z, the Urban MC.
Unless we can
Yeah.
get somebody better.
I like that.
Still working on getting somebody
I
better.
told Monica to make you one of those emblems that say
One
all
of
the
those,
guys are wearing them.
Beaded things?
Yeah. Eddie Z.
Medallion.
Yeah,
the medallion.
medallion.
Make me Eddie Z, the urban MC.
Yeah, I told Monica to make one for powwow.
Everybody, time to line up for the inner tribals. No?
Yeah.
Is that my,
That's
too
it.
early to get into powwow
No,
mode?
I'm excited.
I'm practicing.
It's gonna be here quick.
All right. Well, we have our sights set on something bigger, don't we?
Yes.
We'll talk about that next year. Let's just get through this.
No,
one
I'm
day
gonna put it
powwow.
out there. I'm gonna put it out there right now.
You don't, here's the thing, Ed. We can't say anything until we find.
If you
done
build it,
budget.
they will
No,
come.
Yeah.
No.
Remember that one?
Build it, they will come.
If you build it, they will come. And here's the first $100 right
And
there.
here's the thing.
It's a check. Don't cash that till next Thursday. But here's the first one right here. Well,
No, we're
maybe
not
next
saying
2
anything about it,
Thursdays.
because nobody has discussed it. We can't even talk about it until we've okayed it with upper powers. The answer is no.
We're just hoping.
No.
We're not even hoping, no.
We'll think about it after this powwow.
No.
I already discussed it with the big man.
You did not.
I did too.
No, you didn't.
From his mouth.
Mm-mm.
I swear. Boy Scouts honor. Was it 2 or 3?
I know, I wasn't a
You
Boy
can do that
Scout.
with your new native outfit.
Listen to her, man. She's pretty bitter after that meeting, huh? Have another. Give her a Snickers.
You're not yourself
Give her
until
a
you have a
Snickers.
Snickers.
Tell when you're hungry.
She's a dog leg.
Yeah. I like those commercials.
Yeah, they're funny.
Fits her to
That
a
was
T
in
right
the,
now, huh?
did you see the one in the Super Bowl? The
Yeah,
Brady
about
bunch?
the Brady one. That was a funny one.
Marcia, you're not
That's because they had that
yourself.
brown dude in there. That brown
Yeah,
guy.
he's in a lot of good movies.
Alright. Well, powwow's coming. I guess Cindy doesn't want us to talk about it.
Let's
No,
talk about
our
this
powwow
year.
this year.
This year,
All
power.
right. Well, we talked about it a little bit. We just kind of formalized plans a little bit. So we're
So hopefully we'll have the poster out next week.
no, we're not gonna have a
hopefully-
post out next week.
Hopefully.
I'm betting. This
Wanna
time,
bet? What do you want
this
to bet?
time a pizza.
Bet a pizza?
And
A
our
pizza.
tribal student council will have their poster done. Whether or not the university okays it or changes it, we don't
Yeah,
know.
we'll have some.
Our
Ah,
poster
there
will-
you go. No, because it's not official until it gets okayed by the university.
Well, then
That
2
would be
weeks.
called a technicality.
Well, if we want to talk about powwow next year, but we don't want to talk about the poster that's out in 2 weeks, I think we best just watch what we're saying.
Give her another Snickers, man. She's just mean, isn't she?
I wonder what went down in that meeting today.
I know.
Uh-oh.
You know what? I think we should just end the show right here and let Cindy vent about that meeting.
You want to, are you ready? All
No,
right,
she's-
well,
no,
thanks.
No,
No,
You-
not
Anything
yet.
else in a tribal?
Anything else in a
No,
tribal?
we've been, I have something to say.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
What happened?
Lakota Media Project, Indigenous Views, Episode 1. This is Episode 1 on our icebreaker for Indigenous Views. We will have many more episodes with different guests and many social and political issues. Isn't that
They're,
what we
they're
do?
stealing our show.
Someone's stealing our show. The
Who's stealing our
Media
show?
Project.
Them Lakotas, man, you can't trust it.
Pat post that?
Chris, are you listening? Come on, man. Make one phone call up to Pine Ridge. Come on, man. Get us on up there.
Ready? Okay, bye, peace out.
Have fun tonight, honey.
Thanks.
Go home and glam it up.
No
Whoa,
hickeys.
so it's on
No.
YouTube. What the heck is that? What the heck is that all about? Kenny, are we on YouTube?
Kenny, get us on YouTube, man. We count on you.
What? We're on YouTube.
We count, are we?
It's 3 women.
I want an entire
So far,
YouTube
all I know is
channel.
it's 3 women.
On YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
Is that them right there?
Yeah, Indigenous views.
Come
Well,
on.
Kenny,
look at
you
that
are letting us
production
down,
value.
man.
You know what? We need a blanket behind us.
We need 3 women.
You know what? I'm telling you right now, that's what's like the native. Oh no, they took it from the View. Indigenous View.
Oh, they
3
even
Indian
have.
women?
Look at with their. We don't have a smudged pot.
We don't smudge.
We don't.
We're urban.
You know what? The thing is, you don't have to smudge to be an Indian. Did
You
you know
don't.
that? You know why you're an Indian? Because you were born with Indian.
Because I have
blood in
blood
you.
quantum.
Yeah.
That's why. I got them. She's right there.
3-drop rule, man.
So we have competition. It sounds like. Come on, all my family. Come on, who we kidding? Cindy, get your kids busy and start sharing this.
Well, yeah.
No, seriously, we need
I
to start
agree.
doing something here, Kenny.
Maybe we should download it on YouTube once and have a party and have everybody come and watch the show while we're giving them food and building up the. Yeah. How about we do a live show in front of an audience?
Isn't that what we do now? Look at your daughter. She's like, "What am I?"
I'm
Hey,
talking.
pass me one of them Snickers, would you?
I'm
please?
talking about putting it on a big level. on a, like maybe invite a couple hundred people.
We're broadcasting live from the Barbara White's Community Engagement Center here on the campus
In the
of the University
frozen
of Nebraska, Omaha.
tundra.
Has it
I'm
broken
moving to,
zero
I'm moving to Arizona. I can't take it.
No, 'cause
Well,
you can't
because
hear,
he's
'cause
the
I'm
MC
urban
and I'm
MC.
running around. We can't do it. We just can't.
Just have an extra show, live shows.
No, because who wants to sit around and listen to three Indian women talk all day? I spent afternoon talking over at the multicultural. And is that entertainment? I think not.
Sinbad's coming to Omaha. Boy, that's the 80s. Sinbad. You don't remember Sinbad? You kind of remind me of Sinbad.
No, Rick Fox.
Ooh, Shoni Schimmel to play in the 2015 NBA All-Star Celebrity Game on February 13th.
No, that's wrong. You know why that's wrong?
Why?
Because it's a celebrity game.
She's a celebrity.
No, she ought to be playing in the All-Star game itself.
Oh,
They've
you're
relegated her
right.
to
The celebrity.
the celebrity
She'll
game.
be joined by film star
See?
Ansel Elgort, Anthony Anderson,
Who's heard of them?
Common. I've heard of Common only
Never
because
heard
I
of
saw him on
Common.
TV. Common, he's a rapper. Monet Davis. Monet Davis. Win
You know
Butler.
who that is? That's that little girl pitcher from that baseball team.
Well, where's it at? Let's go.
No, I'm just saying. They're
Where's the
messing
game
with her.
at?
They're messing with her.
It's
that's
on
all.
ESPN. Oh, it's at Madison Square Garden. I'd still watch it. It'll be Friday, February 13th at
You know
7
what we need to
p.m.
do? We need to have Shoni on
Cindy's
our show.
talking now, then it's Ed's turn.
Well, then there goes our audience.
It's Friday, February
Even your
13th.
daughter agrees with me.
It's Friday, February 13th at 7. I'm sorry, were we not talking about you for a minute? Oh, God, I'm so sorry. Oh, please forgive me, fearless leader.
Come on.
All right, February 13th, 7 p.m. on ESPN.
Eastern time or Central time?
See, because it's really boring when you read.
Eastern Time.
Because you sound like you're reading. You're shaking her head. Only your own daughter says that. Half she's saying that about you.
Omaha time.
6 Omaha time. I want you to see this. Here's the main reason why he's never coming back.
Why? What's Brother Gary doing?
Wait till you see. We'll put this up on Facebook.
Oh, man.
Oh, what happened? Just hold up on the
And put this picture of himself up on Facebook?
horrible.
Is that
That's-
what you look like in the morning?
No, you know who that is? That's Matteau before his first cup of coffee in the morning. That's who that is.
So, hey, well, welcome back, man. It's been a short week.
No, it's long.
I worked Monday. No one was on campus Monday. Me and Mr. Freeman were Did you come on campus Monday? Oh, yeah, you had a meeting.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, me and Mr. Freeman were the only people in multicultural affairs. Did you drive out okay, Sarah, this morning? Good. We shoveled yesterday.
Jordan says Ansel Egort was the boy from The Fault in Our Stars and Divergent. Never heard of either one of those.
Me either. Divergent? We never watched that show.
Still doesn't do anything for me, Kenny. Egort? Alger? See, they're just messing with her. She deserves more than
You
the
know what?
celebrity game.
I think it's great for even though it's a celebrity game, every little Native American girl who wants to play basketball is going to watch that game and
I'm
say,
not
someday
disputing
that
that.
could be me. So let's look, you know what? Let's try something totally
I'm just
new.
saying she needs
I know
to
it's
be.
going to be hard for you,
No, I'm
but
trying
we're
to.
going to be positive.
I'm trying to place her in the
Ed
stratosphere that
dies,
she
it's
belongs
because of it.
in. See, we need to start thinking that she needs to.
Well,
They're trying to hold her down, and we're trying to put her up here. Come on.
probably
Isn't that not
it's
our
her
role?
first. Is she a starter in the NBA?
I don't know. I
We'll
don't
see.
watch that
Before we
many.
get lippy, maybe she's not good
She
enough to
should
be.
be.
Maybe she's not good
Oh,
enough
no,
to be in
she
the
is
All-Star
good enough.
game. if she's not a starter in the NBA, they certainly aren't going to put her in the All-Star game.
Racism.
Oh, with all the African American players, I really don't think we can shout the race. I
Yeah,
don't
we
think we
can.
can pull the race card there.
I believe we can.
I bet Shoni Schimmel is thrilled to death to be able to play that. Look at, she's doing like
Especially
this.
if she gets a stipend to play in it.
I bet she gets a nice fee to pay in it.
I'm probably giving her a new pair of
Does
Nikes.
she, is she married or has children?
I'm sure she
No.
doesn't.
No. We can't be sure about anything. We don't know.
What's this? Oh, Hunger Game, like Hunger Games.
Oh, it's a TV show. Maybe we should watch it if it's
No,
like
we shouldn't. If
Divergent.
we've never heard of it.
Maybe it's a movie.
If it isn't like Burn Notice, I'm not going to watch it.
I don't even know what Burn Notice is. I'm
Well,
just out.
there you go.
I'm just out of everything.
All right.
Tonight in the community, I see that it's Wellbriety night tonight at 6 p.m.
Hey, you're taking away from Cassie. Okay, go ahead and take from Cassie.
See, Cassie and I have unagi. I know what she knows. She knows what I know.
You know, that's pretty scary.
You're lucky.
Cassie, I wouldn't take that sitting down.
We're getting to that point where.
You're lucky. I would like to make a couple announcements. Please be looking on the Multicultural Affairs website. We're going to have Africana Appreciation Month or Africana.
You don't even know what that is.
It's maybe it's the appreciation. I don't know the second game, but we are going to have. There's going to be 5 really, really good events. One of them is going to be Preston Love, who comes every year and is fabulous. But there's a
Any natives?
young man who it's Africana month.
Well, what is this?
You know, I have.
What's the
dealt-
name of this show, Kenny? What's the name of what has
Oh,
this
why-
show been called ever since its
Why
inception?
don't we be racist and not add others in?
No, aren't there other don't they have that?
Oh, I saw this
That's what
show.
I'm saying. How come is there any kind of
But anyway, please keep looking on the Multicultural Affairs website. We've got some really exciting things coming. I heard
Is Gretchen
Trayvon, what's his last name? I forgot. Trayvon Martin's mom's coming, and that's going to be powerful.
if you don't
As
show
soon
up to
as
work
you know
tomorrow,
the dates and
you're
times,
in
we'll let
trouble.
you
It's
know.
Friday anyway. Look at her. She's got a big smile on her face. I know.
We best start talking. We got 15 minutes left.
No, we don't. We got like a half hour.
No, this bus has to roll at 4, so you're going to be on your own from 4 on.
You show up here. She shows up late.
I can't help it, man. It's my
and
one
then
day
she-
that I have
listen
meetings,
to her.
meetings,
She's
meetings.
just like mean today.
I've sat in 3 meetings today, and
Well,
I have one.
you have to take it out on us.
Yeah.
Do you?
But anyway,
Are those
please,
Gretchen earrings?
please, no, these are Cindy made. Please make sure and check the website because hearing Trayvon Martin's mother speak is going to be very, very powerful. And any mother who's out there who thinks this can't happen to her child, Native American, African American, Hispanic, it could happen to any of our children, and it is. Kids are getting horrible things are happening on the reservation, and nobody is sticking up for these children. So please,
If it's happening on a reservation, then who's doing it to them?
Chris, who's doing what?
If you're inferring that there's
The popo.
violent, then it would be tribal police.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Red,
Then
white,
it's our-
black,
then it's our-
blue.
then
If
it's our own
they're-
people
if
then.
they're targeting children, it just so happens that the lady who almost killed the little 8-year-old girl in South Dakota was a white girl. Oh, Chris says, Shoni, it actually is a really big deal. Only the highest of the WNBA stars play in the Celebrity All-Star Game. She was an All-Star in the WNBA and was voted MVP.
Who said
It's
that,
not
Chris?
even the WNBA season. Shut the hell up, Ed. I added that.
I was gonna say that doesn't sound like Chris. He wouldn't say that. He'd say that to you, but not
Oh,
to
no,
me.
Chris would say it to you.
No, he wouldn't.
He's getting pretty lippy. I'm loving Chris. He's turning into...
You know why he won't say that to me? You know why?
I have no idea.
Because he wants a letter of recommendation for law school from me. Now, as soon as I turn that in, he might say that to me, but not until. Chrissy needs a haircut.
I love him with longer hair.
He's getting pretty bushy.
And we're having a wedding shower for one of our very own. Frankie Hanna is getting married. Our first intertribal marriage. Since
Legal.
I've been here, we've had
Legal
probably
marriage.
12 kids.
That is a big thing to celebrate, because you're right, I don't know how many
Yeah.
actually got married.
Liz Parker, that didn't end well.
I don't think it technically was
Yeah, technically,
married.
that was not, the papers had not been signed.
The paper were signed, but they weren't turned in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And since I've been there, who else? Do we
And
know
Liz,
anybody?
we love you. We're not talking smack about you.
That's a baby. We're talking weddings. We've had probably 15 babies born since I've started.
Really? 15?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're not counting my grandkids,
Liz
are
has
you?
had 2. Tony Tamayo had 1. I could go down each year. We've got at least 5 girls each year, and we've got a couple.
See, and what we don't know,
couple with
what we
buns in
don't
the
know
oven.
is the guys.
You know what? The thing is, a baby is a blessing. I've raised Sarah to believe that you better just plan on raising this baby your own. Chris Channel had a baby. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, a
so-
bunch of people want to be in our group. Oh,
Who?
no, that's not our group.
Yeah, yeah, it's some other group. You got us all excited to hear. Oh, they want to be there. Oh, that's not our group. I think they want to be an Indigenous View group.
And right here around 72nd Street, are you guys seeing about all the robberies? People are walking in these places in the middle of the day, robbing them, walking right back out. Sarah and I were watching the news, and at Walmart, they have this guy on film. Walks into Walmart, a woman is looking at the cereal and stuff, grabs her purse, walks right on out. They had closed that Walmart 2 days prior because of a bomb threat.
The one right at
Speaking
Walmart.
speaking of videos, did you see that? Can you see that video of the 4 Squatches chasing after the
No.
buffalo in Yellowstone? You know how they have the camera on, by the geyser in Yellowstone? Find it somewhere. I think someone posted it. And so they have the camera panned, and it's Thinker Thunker. Thinker Thunker is the name of the guy who posted it. And it shows, the 4 buffalo walking around. Then you see in the background these 4 Squatches coming down, and then you can see them. They're like 4 of them. And he's trying to, these can't be fake because, look, they're Squatches. And then, somebody else gets
Can
on
I
there
ask
and
you a
says,
question?
What?
Between you and me.
What?
Do you believe in Sasquatch?
I do not disbelieve.
Okay.
Kenny, you went, didn't you?
I did go.
Did you? How'd it go?
We didn't really get much.
Did they say that
Do
it was
you
a slow
believe in
night?
Sasquatch, Kenny?
I don't believe in anything.
Okay.
Kenny, he's just agnostic about everything.
He's
Not agnostic. I'm out there
scientific.
looking for stuff.
He's scientific. You have had, now see, I may or may not believe in Sasquatch, but I believe in spirits. I
Oh,
believe in spirits.
you do the paranormal stuff, don't you? Spirits? Do you believe in those?
Well, I mean, we have evidence for
Yeah.
it. So it's like,
Do you have evidence for them?
Yeah.
So then you would say you believed in it.
Mm-hmm.
I think believe is, if you don't have evidence, you believe, you take something.
Do you know then?
If you don't
What
have
you're saying-
evidence, it's faith, is what he's
Yeah.
saying. Yeah.
So if there's evidence and you've seen the evidence, that would lead you to a knowledge of that existence, correct?
Yeah.
So you know that spirits exist.
How do we know Fat Boy didn't have a bottle of whiskey in CSS? I'm sorry.
I'm cross-examining the witness
Excuse me,
here.
I'm sorry.
Cross-examining.
I was just asking if maybe we had a couple cocktails
So
before we
Kenny,
went
you
Sasquatch.
know that spirits exist.
I've seen the evidence. I mean, I may be wrong, but as far as I know, yeah.
Based on your
Yeah.
viewing of the evidence, you would say yes.
Yes.
So the next question is, how do you explain those?
We can't.
We can't?
Have we used the energy? It's energy.
So did they just appear?
I mean,
They just came out of nowhere?
That's the exciting part is we don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out.
See, the boy needs some work.
You wouldn't stand up in court.
He wouldn't.
But I believe you. I believe in spirits. I have evidence.
All right. So have you seen evidence of Sasquatch? I believe those videos prove it.
They could. I mean,
Don't be shaking your head, no.
You can dress up and they put stamps in the ground. We watched this Legend of Mick
Dodge.
and he pretends to be Sasquatch all the time.
What a skeptic. What
No,
a
he does.
agnostic.
We saw it. He takes this stick with a big footprint on it and goes like that, and then he dresses in furs and.
I'd like to see you out there at nighttime. You'd be screaming
He
around, wouldn't
was.
she?
I thought he would. I thought he'd get shot.
My nephew.
All right.
Listen to this Facebook post from Africa. Our thoughts are also with the measles-ravaged country America. I hope we are screening them before they come to Africa.
That's not funny.
Oh. You know it's not. I called my son and daughter-in-law and baby are in California, and she is not yet 1 year old, so she can't get that MMR shot. I told them don't take her out. Measles with babies. Did your kids have all that stuff when they were little? Measles, mumps, chickenpox?
I'm pretty sure they did. My wife is pretty good about that.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't
measles
know.
Can
I
be
just-
bad. Measles can be really
They came
bad
back
when they're
screaming
little.
and crying. I figured, Dad must have got shot.
So,
with
but
the-
they
with
didn't
the
have
needle.
the diseases. Sarah's had chickenpox, but I think she hasn't had the measles, but she's got the shot. Do they know if those shots are good for a lifetime?
I don't know, Cindy.
Well, I'm asking. This is
No, I've heard
important.
that they're not good for a lifetime.
Shall we
Some
talk about
children
Indians?
might have
So-
to be revaccinated.
So please, anybody who's listening,
Getting back to the premise of the show.
Talk to your pediatrician or your doctor, especially elders. If these MMR shots are not going to be good enough or the doctor doesn't think so, please get inoculated because it kills the really young and the really old.
It's funny when we were talking about Gretchen's hickeys.
Yeah, what if BJ Reed is listening and you're talking about
Well,
hickeys?
let's-
This is a radio show.
Unless
We have to
Laura
do the
Langley
news.
at the grandmother's community, she should know.
Yeah, yeah. I worry about the measles because that's bad. Measles are bad. They can fry
How are
little
we
babies'
going to
brains.
compete with Indigenous View talking about measles?
I bet they're talking about that.
I bet they're not.
Anybody, including our native.
Wow.
Hey, remember-
Racism can cause PTSD similar to that of soldiers after war.
So did you want to talk about Rapid City?
I'd like to talk about Rapid City, and I'd like to talk about what just happened with.
That's my
I
granddaughter.
know.
It's
I'd like to
cutie.
talk about what just happened with that bill that gives land to. Chris Channel says, and for the love of God, don't accept any blankets.
From who?
The Jesuits.
Too late.
The Jesuits. We
Too
could
late.
we could
Already
be
got
going
them hung on my
down.
wall.
New Zealand, Australia, the black land.
I believe.
Our government, from what I understand by reading this, is taking 4,200
Pretty much.
acres of sacred land to the Apache.
It's federal land.
It's federal land, and giving it to
Not
Australia.
necessarily giving them the license to mine it.
Exactly, and the mining that they're due has the possibility of ruining all the land
Yep.
around the mine.
Yep.
And I'm not sure why our government did it, but can they just take Americans' land, or is it
Wait.
just natives?
Kenny, she just asked me, can they?
Can they?
Who signed the bill?
Well, Obama.
Yeah, then remember he can do whatever he wants to. And he did.
Now, see, you're just being mean because you don't like Obama. What I'm trying to
No,
understand here is
I'm
how-
trying to explain
No,
to you.
If it was Bush, it would be wrong too. If it was Clinton, it would be wrong. If it was Abraham Lincoln, it would be wrong. We're not asking what's right or wrong.
Cindy,
what we're asking
Cindy,
is if
Cindy.
a citizen owns land, can the government come take it?
If she didn't pay attention in class, Sarah.
Well, I know
She
the
didn't.
federal government
So
owns
she was
the land,
she was
but
too busy trying to prove me wrong.
I probably didn't take
rather
that
than
class.
actually listening and taking notes.
Oh,
Back
yeah,
there
taking
doing
notes.
this all the time. Aim.
Me and the stripper were talking about
Aim.
our kids.
If you just would have listened, you wouldn't have to ask these questions.
Well, it's pertinent because they're attempting to do it in
No, they did it.
Pine Ridge
They will do it.
using eminent domain.
They can do it.
That's our land.
No, it's not.
Then let's go to war.
Then go to war.
I'm ready.
Go.
I'm ready. I mean, that's
Sarah,
bullshit.
take her up there
I'm
and drop
sorry,
her
but
off
this
there.
But this is, in a very fundamental way, our country, and it doesn't matter who in the government did it, the government should not have any rights to take our land. Tell me how they can do it. What are they going to do? Kick the Indians off it?
Yeah, that's what they'll do. Seriously, you don't remember anything I lectured about
And
in
what I
class?
don't understand is if Obama's
Apparently
gonna,
not,
the
Kenny.
same man who's going
Kenny, you remember what I talked about in class in those lectures, don't you?
The same man who's
A little
going to
bit.
veto the pipelines giving away land, and that idiot John McCain, for Christ's sakes, you're 500, retire. We don't need you in America. We didn't vote you for president. Retire, disappear, move on. That's what I have to say about John McCain. I have no respect for that man whatsoever. He's one of the biggest liars in the government. He goes to the tribes and says, oh, I support you, I'll take care of you, don't worry. And the minute he gets the opportunity, he stabs us right in the back.
Sounds like Obama.
Sounds like McCain.
Yeah.
Obama's not right here, but this is not a Democrat-Republican thing.
Yes,
This is
it-
a right or wrong thing.
Well, then you have
You're
to
making it into politics.
No.
I'm saying this is our land. Nobody should have, not Democrat, not Republican.
Here's what John McCain can do and did do. He introduced that into the legislation.
I know, why? Tell me why. What money? Is
I'm-
Arizona going
I'm-
to get a bunch of money from
I'm
this?
sure money had something to do with it, probably a lot to do with it.
Then kick his butt off the Indian Affairs Committee.
But wait,
Okay.
if that's the case, those are your thoughts, and I'm not trying to dissuade you from that particular opinion. All I'm saying is that's all he could do is introduce it. Others have to vote and say,
And,
yes, we
and
agree with
understanding
you.
that.
And even if others vote says, yes, we agree with you, John McCain, let's take that land from the Indians and give it to that mining company from Australia or New Zealand, wherever the country may be. Even the rest of those that raise their hand and say to do that, that means nothing until
It's voted into law.
even then, if it's
The
voted
president
into, it's
signs it.
not law until when?
Well, and I told my
President-
daughter, I said,
There
everybody
you
thinks
go. It's Apache. That's gone. And here's our mining. You can have it.
Obama signed it.
So,
here's the
so
deal.
if
It
you're
was-
going to
they
point
hid it.
fingers,
But they hid it. They hid it in a defense spending bill. That's bullcrap.
and you don't think Obama knew that?
I know he knew it. I told Sarah, I said, there's always the possibility that Obama will not veto the pipeline if he has to give up health care or something equally important to him to do it. We're Indians.
Has he-
Nobody
has he-
cares about Indians
has he-
in
has
our
he-
own country.
Has he vetoed?
No. And I told Sarah, I
Keystone
worry
yet?
he may not.
Okay. I was reading in the news where he's promised billions of dollars to Jordan, to Syria,
I know.
to build, housing that's been bombed by, whoever it is that's bombing that stuff over there, and does that just by a stroke of the pen. They're billions of dollars. What do they have to do? What do tribes? I was reading an article about how they're finally going to try to fund, school build to
Yeah.
build and repair school that haven't been repaired or built in, I don't know, since boarding school era. Finally, and it's like, oh, like $1 billion to tribes but it's nothing for them to say, oh, another billion over there, another billion over here for them to build housing. Oh, and by the way, how
Yeah.
many terrorists have been released in the past month?
Mm-hmm.
And who's sitting in prison right now?
Leonard Peltier.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
but here's
so
the thing. I mean,
it's-
it's irrelevant of the politics of the situation. It's just, once again, the Indians are getting screwed.
I would agree with you.
Again, in our own country.
Haven't I been saying that for
Yeah.
years? That it doesn't matter if it's Republican or
Uh-uh.
Democrat, and it just boggles me that we're so one-sided Democrat, and thinking, oh, the Democrats are going to take care of us.
But
But when it comes
the
right
party
down to it,
situation is which philosophy of life you choose. It's either big government or small government.
To me,
if you're a
it's-
Republican,
to me, it's-
you want states' rights. If you're a Democrat, but even that, look at Jefferson, Mr. States' Rights, big states' rights. Presidents shouldn't have any power. What did he do? The Louisiana Purchase. I mean, you can't trust anybody in politics to do anything they say they're going to do. But the bad news is they wouldn't be doing it if it was to
Kenny, you've been sitting here ever
African-Americans.
since day one, right?
If they were doing this
Haven't
to
you?
African Americans, say the president decided to give away Harlem.
What have I been saying
would
since
happen?
day one when it comes to
They
politics?
don't do it to African Americans. They
And
do
I don't
it
want
to us.
one. I don't want to talk about politics. And two, when I say, haven't I been saying that? It's not a Democrat Republic. Indians just aren't on a priority.
Well, and the
of
reason
either
I'm a
party.
Democrat is because I believe in big government. I believe in the Health Care Act. I believe in the expansion of welfare. That's what I believe. If I believe the other way, I would be a Republican. But what I'm saying right now is my party, your party, any party in America doesn't give a darn about any of us. And you know why they can do it? How many Native senators are there?
Elizabeth Warren.
One. One.
She's
There's
just-
one Native American
Who?
senator. It's
Elizabeth
a woman,
Warren?
and she's a Republican.
No, no, there's no, no.
Did she lose?
Might have been in the House.
Maybe in the
but
House.
not in the Senate.
But in one. In the Senate and the House, we
Elizabeth
have
Warren
one
is the
then.
only one that I know of that's claiming any native.
You know, and I'm afraid she's going to run for president.
Right.
Here's the thing. A lot of what Elizabeth Warren says is good. A lot of it I agree with. But if you're going to lie about something as fundamental, and maybe I'm a little touchy because I'm in a world
A
where
little touchy.
people are pretending
She's a
to be
little
Indian.
touchy.
Aren't you tired of people pretending to be Indian? I mean, come on. If you are, you are. If you're not, you're not.
No, I've
So
been
how
accused
can
of
we-
pretending to be white.
Well, we know that's true. But how could you?
I guess I
how
can't,
could you trust
again,
anything
point
Elizabeth
fingers.
Warren said if she's willing to lie about something as fundamental as her ethnicity? I can't trust her. How can you trust anybody who's willing to lie about something as fundamental as who you are?
When she runs for president and she's your nominee, people are gonna tell you to be quiet.
Well, you know what? The Indian population we don't show up, and that's part of the problem. We don't run for office. We don't show up. We sit in our houses and we complain about what the government's doing.
That's
we
what I
don't
do.
anything. Well, we know you do. But it's time we get educated and get in the Congress and get in the Senate to stop idiots
Do you know
like
what
McCain.
it costs to what it takes to get into Congress and get in?
I know, but we
Senate?
gotta do it. There's every other race is represented in Congress. We've had an African American president, and my guess is within our lifetime, we're gonna have a Hispanic president.
You
We
know
won't
what?
have a Native president
I've encouraged my son to move back here from New York,
to run.
amongst other things.
Okay. He's gonna have a lot of problems that another candidate faced. Do you know what I'm saying?
He's Ivy League. He got an Ivy League MBA.
Mhm.
He worked on Wall Street, which I'm sure. No, people are going to say, "Ooh, Wall Street, ooh."
No, so he knows how to do business. So he
That's
knows
not what
how
they
to
said
deal
about
with the
Romney.
powers to
Ooh,
be.
evil, making money. We don't like that.
We Indians need to
See,
come
my
into the
my
present
kids
too.
grew
Then I
up.
guess
My kids who grew up, and I'm like, yeah, you guys get educated, do all that stuff, and be lawyers, go to do it. Yeah, when it comes time for them to do it, and everybody's like, ooh, man, why are they doing that? Ooh, Wall Street, that's evil. And I just told them to grow up and do good things. and
Meanwhile,
hopefully take care of dad.
they're going to be digging
and now
copper.
everybody's talking smack about it.
Meanwhile, they're going to be digging copper where Indian graves are.
Like I said, only one person to blame. Well, amongst many.
Ourselves,
there's
ourselves. Where were the Native congressmen and senators to stand up to this and say, no, not our people?
others. There's no native congressman.
That's why. That's why they can do any. How many Native CEOs are there of companies that are not Native?
See,
run?
but the problem is that, like I said, if for example, if my son came back here and ran for office, you'd find something to complain about him about and say, ooh, no, he's native, but he's
It
not
would
one of our
depend
kind of
on
native.
What he's running for. If I
See,
agreed with
no,
his
see
stance,
that's the problem.
What you're saying
No,
is
no,
I
let
should
me-
vote just because he's an Indian. We should vote for people just because.
That's how Obama got elected in the African American
No,
community.
it is
98% voted for him.
And how many
98.
white-
I got something out of her. Look at that.
And-
Sarah's over there
You
sitting
know
there.
what? And
Oh,
on the
no.
other hand,
No.
McCain lost votes because he was a Mormon. So you're black or you're Mormon. I'm sure every Mormon in America voted for
No.
Romney. I would
No.
be going about my bottom
No,
dollar.
how many bottom dollars does she have? Because I'll take them if she wants to make that bet with me.
Mormons are typically conservative though, so they would vote for Romney.
No, but I bet
And
Rom
African Americans are typically
I bet Romney
liberal, so they
I
would
bet
vote
Romney
for
lost
Romney.
at least 30% of the Mormon vote.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know.
No, there's statistics
but he
out
got
there.
70% of the Mormon vote. How much of the African American vote did Obama get?
About 98%.
From what news
Everywhere.
source? From what news
Everywhere.
source?
Somebody see if we had my crack research assistant, she'd be See, my wife would be here. She'd have
Monica
those.
would be doing it.
All that stuff right
You know
here.
what, though?
As we were
I
speaking,
can
she would
only
do
be
it.
lippy about.
And don't spit on me
about,
either. She's
Mitt
getting all
Romney
fired
because
up.
she's not there. If Monica was here, I wouldn't have gotten lippy about Romney. Percent of African Americans that voted for Obama.
Kenny, can you do this, man? Because it's going to take her forever.
Me and Sarah do this when we watch TV together.
It's in the 93%. There you go. Is there some about Mormons that voted?
How many of the African American population voted? See, me and Sarah are political scientists. If you want to go down that rabbit hole,
And
brother,
then-
we will both.
And then
go
you're
right
gonna be
down with
you're
you.
gonna be pretty embarrassed when you lose that bet to me.
I wouldn't vote for a native Republican for something just because he was native, though.
You would?
No, I wouldn't either.
Well, see, therein is where we differ. See, if Larry Echo Hawk, you remember Larry?
Yeah.
You know he was Mormon.
Yeah.
And he's a Democrat. See,
He was a Democrat.
Well, he still is a Democrat.
Is he?
He's just not in public office anymore. See, I would have voted for Larry Echo Hawk. I would have.
Okay, Ed, 11% of African Americans voted in 2004. So maybe all of them that voted for Obama, but very few of them actually voted.
Well, if you want to factor that in with all the other natives that voted, it's pretty small. See, but that's wherein we differ. I would much rather see a native guy get elected, irregardless. That's not a word.
Yeah, it is, regardless of his policy
No,
preferences.
no, it's not a word. I would much rather see a native guy or woman get elected than vote for somebody else. That just because I would like to see a native person in office. And who is the last native senator?
But what if it's a
Who's
native?
the last native senator?
What? Ben Nighthorse Campbell.
And what party was
No,
he?
he wasn't. He wasn't the last one.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Started out as a Democrat. And
You
switched
know
to
what, though? I
Republican.
mean, we are out there. People just don't know about it. The ambassador who was killed in Benghazi was a member of a native tribe, an enrolled member.
Who's one of the only members of Congress who's native? And what party is he? Tom Cole, Oklahoma. What party is he? He's Republican. And you wouldn't vote for him?
No, not if I didn't believe in what he said.
Ideas and stuff.
See, you guys, see, that's how come we'll never get elected in office. See, because you have to be committed to the cause. If the cause is to get natives in office, then that's what you do. Doesn't matter what their politics are. If you think that they're going to represent the native community in some positive form or fashion, and I don't care what you guys argue with me, because that's exactly what happened with President Obama. People didn't care about his politics. It was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna vote for him because he's one of us. 93%. You can't tell me that didn't happen.
When 11% of the vote, 11% of African Americans voted, how can you even throw the number 93% and say
Yeah,
it means
Kenny
anything?
just got it. You gonna tell? Remember Kenny? He needs evidence.
Kenny
got the evidence.
If only 11% of the population voted, you can't make any deductions based on that.
Oh, my daughter just said Bush got more Mormon votes than Romney.
Yeah, 80% to like 78, 2% difference.
Well,
Yeah.
Bush also won the presidency.
Well, see, there you go. If they would have voted for him, maybe Romney would have won. If the Mormon vote would have turned out in mass for Romney,
to be honest with you,
he
Romney
would've
would have
won.
had a much better showing, except for that 47% comment. That put him right down the tubes. Because up until then, and Romney, to me, was what I like to see, a middle-of-the-road Democrat. Jeb Bush, a middle-of-the-road Republican. What I'm tired of is the far left and the far right. What we need now are centrists to bring us back to the middle. Hold on, I'm looking. There are two American Indian members of the 113th Congress, both of whom are Republican members of the House.
see, but my bigger point isn't Republican or
Well,
Democrat.
Say Elizabeth Warren was native and ran for president. Would you vote for her?
You're missing my point.
But the point is, if Elizabeth Warren was in fact not a liar and was Native American and ran for president against, say, Jeb Bush, would you vote for her
Yes.
just because she's Native?
Yes.
Even
Well-
if you disagreed with her policies?
Yes.
Maybe it's different because we're political scientists. I would never vote for somebody, no matter
Maybe
who
it's
they
different
were, if I
because I'm a
disagreed.
committed Native American.
Yeah. If any of my family in South
Got 'em, huh,
Dakota is
Kenny?
listening, I
Kenny
will
got
give
'em,
you
huh?
Ed's address.
Huh? No, but it's always been this way to me. It doesn't matter what label you have as Republican or Democrat, because I will tell you, and it's been proven by what's happened with this bill you're talking about. We don't matter.
No, we don't.
We don't matter. It doesn't matter if you call
You know
yourself
what?
Republican or Democrat.
And you can see it on the
doesn't
college
matter.
campuses. We are lucky. UNO, I will say, knock on wood, is a great place to be Native. They have a Native American outreach coordinator. The chancellor and the vice chancellor
we could improve
are
that, though.
very
We
committed.
could put someone in there a little bit better.
Are very committed to what we do.
Oh, and her daughter's there's like, me.
Oh, please. You do know that I am seriously looking into PhD programs now, and you're one of my letters of recommendation.
Well, then you better treat me nicer then.
Nope, ain't gonna.
No, do you see what I'm saying?
But you know what's really sad? Anytime they say Indians, and this is the only Indian anybody can ever remember, Ben Nighthorse Campbell.
See, to me, it's not going to happen. There isn't going to be any Indians run for president unless you have that commitment to do that.
How many Native Americans are born into the wealth that the Bush family was born into, that the Romneys were into, that the Kennedys were into, that, while not Obama, but look at the wealth that 90% of these presidents come from. How many people come from nothing and make it to the presidency anymore? You can't. And it doesn't matter anyway, because the Koch brothers are going to decide who the next president is anyway. So
Like George
it's
Soros
irrelevant.
doesn't have anything to say about it either.
Not for the amount of money that they're putting in. Here's the thing, they should stay
There-
out of politics. We should put limits
I
on
think
what-
corporations are people.
Oh my God. I would kill him. But you know what? If we would limit all of that, then some of the poorer people would stand a chance. Who's going to be able to outfund Bush? Who's going to be able to outfund Jeb Bush except Romney? I mean,
But you know,
who is going to be?
you know
or
what bothers
Hillary?
me too? You know what bothers me too? I see this on Facebook. People are criticizing, what pensions or what salaries the presidents get or the Congress people get. Like, oh no, they shouldn't get that kind of money. They shouldn't get that. The $170-some thousand, whatever. Like
For life.
or a pension. It's not always for life. It's not always
it-
that much. No, that's what their
Okay.
salary is, and based on years of service is their. For example, I think Lee Terry is going to retire like a $40-some thousand a year pension
Oh no, because he needs that money
for his
to,
two houses. Yes,
and his college students.
yeah, I agree with you. He's a knucklehead. But my point is, when people say, "Oh, that's too," and then they say, "Well, the money needs to be taken out of politics." If that's the case, who is going to be the only ones able to run for office?
The ones who can fund it themselves.
The ones who can fund it and don't have to worry about, making that house payment or how you're going to, or groceries for the week.
But
So you take that out of it. Those are the same ones that are complaining, oh man, there's too much money in politics, only the rich get in there. And then we say, well, once you get in there, you shouldn't get paid.
But you know what hurts me to see and I will be the first to admit, I had no knowledge of the new senator from Iowa that gave the rebuttal to President Obama's speech. So I went online and I went to EBSCO, the scholarly basis, to look for every single article about her said that she was bought by the Koch brothers. Now, how can we have any faith in this woman? Every single article, New York Times.
I
all of them.
was watching All the President's Men.
Uh-huh.
Remember that? Deep
Yeah.
Throat?
Great show.
Remember his
Great
advice
show.
to Woodward and Bernstein?
What?
Follow the money.
Follow the money. Yeah.
You follow the money for all these other politics. It doesn't matter. See, we always point to, oh, this Republican is so evil because
This Democrat. Look at what they said about Kennedy at the Bay of Pigs. I mean, literally, that was the worst decision a president possibly could have ever made.
Well, but you're talking about money buying. Who bought
Elections.
Kennedy's election?
His dad.
His dad.
Mhm.
So we can't
And the
sit
mob.
here. See, you can't point to say, oh, because you're Republican.
But it's wrong. It's wrong for who? It was wrong of Kennedy's dad to buy that election.
Haven't I been saying that, Kenny?
Are we saying that Kennedy was a great president? We don't know. He was killed. before he had a chance to really do anything great. He was responsible for stopping what would have eventually happened in Cuba. I will give him that. But what else? It was Johnson who, even though he didn't want to, but it was Johnson who pushed through civil rights. Kennedy was standing back. Kennedy didn't really want much to do with that. It was Johnson who was forced
that
to
and the
make that
Republicans
decision.
who voted it over the Southern Democrats who were in favor of segregation.
Exactly.
But
But you know what I'm saying? You can't say, will Obama be a good president in history? I don't know.
Sarah's mad at me now. Look at her.
Will Obama
Like,
be a good president?
no.
History will make that determination. You know what I mean? But she has to take her mom to her car first. No, she's not gonna. She's leaving me.
You know what?
Can I get a ride to
You
the
know what?
car at the shuttle?
I don't even have a right. You want to know? You want to know what I don't
I
like
think
about
you and I
the-
agree more than
No.
we disagree on stuff.
No.
It's just that we come at it from completely different,
No.
but in the middle where we're meeting, what I hear you saying is,
Don't take my money to fund this
We-
stuff that I want
we
funded. That's all I'm
should-
saying.
we should look at the person's record, not what color they are, not.
I'm not
We
saying
should look
that.
at their records and see who they are. Because, okay, maybe Obama's
This-
not the president,
no, this-
best
no,
president
no,
ever,
this
but
is-
do you think George,
This
the
is this,
last
no, this
George
is,
Bush was a good president?
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If the premise, your question was, how come there aren't any natives
Yeah.
running for this or for president? And I'm telling you because we don't think like the African American community. That it doesn't matter what your politics are. Just like I want to vote and do. You can't tell me that didn't happen.
Well, if that's a true story, how come that Cain, not McCain, but the African American
Herman Cain.
How come Herman Cain didn't make it?
Because all the blacks said because he's a Republican, he's a white guy.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's what they did.
And I don't agree with that, Ed.
And that's
I
the
don't
same.
agree
Well,
with
that's the
that.
same thing they're going to say about Ben Carson.
I don't know who Ben Carson is.
He's the doctor that's thinking about running for president as a conservative Republican.
You know what's going to happen to the Republicans, sad to say, but what happened to the Democrats with that crazy Ralph Nader for years? The Tea Party's going to put their own candidate out, and it's going to be the candidate. I'm hoping against hope that Jeb Bush is running it, which I can't believe I would ever say, but Jeb Bush is the closest thing to the middle of a road Republican that the Republican Party has put out there. I guess that I don't understand my own country. You know, I just don't understand. We don't even care. Now we're basing who we vote on religion. Now we're basing who we vote on skin color, not on who is going to do the best job in the country. The Tea Partiers, all they care about is women are going to stay barefoot and pregnant. We're not going to educate anybody that's not white. I mean, they've got their list.
Do you think that's
And
the
that's-
case?
I do. I believe the Tea Party is very dangerous to America.
All
I
right.
really do.
All right.
But here's the thing. The Tea Party is going to ruin it for the Republicans because the crazy faction's going to go with whoever the Tea Party put up, and they're going to be pulled away from Jeb Bush, just like what happened to Gore in Florida.
Do you know-
He would have
do you
taken
know-
Florida, but Nader took too much percentage of the vote. And we would have had a very different...
How did we end up talking about politics?
Because we
Kenny?
need to. Because America needs to wake up.
I think once again I've proven to be
I think what we're
right.
saying is, whatever your political views are, what's important is to
Kenny, didn't I win?
not...
I believe I won. I did. It is. This is politics. It's all about winning. Cindy's wrong. I'm right. I got Sarah to stand up and, oh, no way. Once I did that, I knew I won.
The thing
Yeah,
is,
I
we're
won,
political
I won.
scientists. We will fact you to the ground.
Go ahead, man. You replay this over and you watch
According
it.
to what I
You'll
learned-
sit back and think, Ed won that.
Well, according to what I learned, and
Even Cassie, you have
perfect
to admit that, won't
example-
you? Huh? Yeah, you will.
I understand
And see,
too.
I'm right, huh?
But what you're saying, you're being very partisan. I'm trying to get
let me
past
give you,
partisan.
let me give you an example. If Kit Key Carroll were to come back to Nebraska and run for Senate or Senator of the House, if he were to ask me to sit on his election campaign and carry his briefcase, I would consider that an honor. Even though I have it, because
But Kit has
because-
a track record of taking care of the people.
No,
Kit has a
because-
track
because I-
record of speaking up for what's good for Native Americans. So I would follow Kit too, not just because he's Native American, but because of his track record.
No, let me say this, and I think Sarah proved this out. If Kit came back and ran as a Republican,
He wouldn't.
no, I'm just saying. Let me finish
But I
this.
understand what you're
No, if
saying,
Kit
but
came back here, no, listen, just entertain the premise, because it does happen, you know.
then
People
no,
change
I
their-
wouldn't vote for Kit.
See-
If he was eschewing the Tea Party line, no women's rights and this, that, and the other thing. The thing is, the reason I'm
women's rights.
okay, but here's the deal. A lot of us are. Well, plus a lot of us women want to do what we want to do our own body without anybody in the Senate or Congress telling us we can or can't.
Kenny, you play this over.
I would maybe vote for him as a Republican. if he
Maybe.
had good policies
Maybe,
Yes.
that need
maybe. Then you know what?
No,
Then
not
he'll
just
never get
towards the
elected.
native. If
Then we
he
won't- then we
believed in
won't
what
elect a
I
native.
believed in, women having the right to decide what to do with their own body, feeding the poor, doing the things that I believe government should do, whatever party he is in, he would do it. Exactly. If Pete Ricketts would have once in his entire campaign said he was going to do
let me
anything,
throw this into the mix, because you know a Democrat would be. The only reason why Ashford won was because everybody got tired of what's his name, Terry.
I'm afraid you're right.
So
And
So if they were
Ashford,
to,
I did not
if someone
vote for
were
Ashford.
someone were to recruit Kitke, they would say, Kitke, you know, you'd make a great candidate. We'd love to have you, and your views are pretty close to being a Republican. All you have to do is switch parties, and yeah, you might be considered a middle of the road Republican, because when you you take out this and you take out that, everybody's kind of here.
Mhm.
And there's some things you don't agree with here, but you can live with. Some things you don't agree with over here, but you can live with over here. That's what, can I finish, please? See, that's what's lacking in our political system.
Mhm.
Because we tend to go, oh, he's not this, oh, he's not that. Tea Party, they hate women and want their kids to be barefoot and
Pregnant.
then the left says about the right. You know, both sides of those say things about the other that we know aren't true. Oh, the other one just want to kill all those babies. Now,
But,
what I'm
but
saying
we're
is-
not saying anything about killing babies. What we're talking about
Oh,
here
yeah,
is
we
a
are with the
woman's
abortion
right to
issue.
her own body.
that's your take on that. The other side says you're all about killing babies. See, don't you see that happens?
But birth control has been proven not to kill babies. I mean, the reality of the situation is, when I started 10 years ago getting my education,
and what
a
I'm telling you
conservative
is
Democrat
most
and a liberal
conservatives.
Republican were the same thing. There was the spectrum.
See, and what you're
at
saying
each
is,
end there were a few crazies.
just
but
let me make
there's
this one
more-
point.
okay, go
It's
ahead.
not as if conservatives are saying, "Oh, we don't want women to have birth control." I don't hear anybody saying that. All they're saying is,
I heard Ted
"I don't want to
Cruz-
pay for it."
I heard Ted Cruz say
Okay.
they should.
Now,
they
having
should
said that, let's
close
get
this.
back to Kitke. If Kitke,
Kitke's not a good example because Kitke
he's our
would
paradigm of hope.
But Kitke is also very narrow-minded in his focus and what he's going
Listen
to
to
accomplish.
her, what
He
she's
would-
saying
no,
about your
that's a good thing.
son.
He's for standing up for this. He's for standing up for this. Kit is liberal. I mean, there's just no way getting around it.
But if Kit had the opportunity, someone goes to him and says, "You know what? You're within this parameters here,
What it sounds like you're
and
saying,
you would be a
may-
very attractive candidate, but you're coming to Nebraska where you're not going to win. Do you want to win, Kitke?"
What you're saying is, Kitke, are you willing to sell out?
I'm not saying that.
But no, excuse me, but is that what it sounded like? See, what you're saying is, okay, are you willing to sell out what you believe in because you might be able to be run as a Republican?
Well, see, then
So how would you respect that person for willing to
that
turn
would
their
be the
back
same
on what
way.
their
That would be the
beliefs were?
same way if let's say, for example, he were Republican and going to a state what was primarily Democratic and saying, "You know what,
Again,
Kitke,
if I was Democrat,
we
I'd
really
have-
like that
Yeah.
what you think, but we'd if you just switch parties, all the money and resources and there's a pretty good chance you'll be elected."
Didn't Ben Nighthorse Campbell switch parties?
He did.
He did, and it hurt him.
He just got reelected and
I know,
retired
but
from
it
the
hurt
Senate.
him. It hurt him in his.
He got reelected. How did that
the
hurt
thing,
him?
he got
In your
reelected.
mind, it hurt him.
he got reelected by a group of people that did not necessarily believe what he believed about Native American
this is
rights.
Cindy.
No, it's not, Ed. I would believe if either of us has the blinders on, it would be you. I'm saying it doesn't matter what president signed this bill.
Yeah,
They
I
were
have
wrong.
blinders on.
Obama was wrong for signing the bill that gave that land to Australia. I admit it. If Obama doesn't veto the pipeline, Obama is backing off on what he said he would do.
But do you?
Every president
but
does
do you
it.
hear the Native voices complaining about that?
Yeah.
No, they're complaining about McCain. You came in here, oh, that SOB McCain. No, it was the president who signed
it's
it.
not based on, but that is not the only fact I based on it's time for McCain to go.
Well, I may agree
mean,
with you on that.
yeah.
All I'm saying is you came in here loaded for bear, wanting to shoot down McCain. But what I'm telling you, it was Obama who signed it.
But it was,
And
but
where
here's what
are
we're
the
saying.
Facebook memes on there about
But here's what
evil
we're saying,
Obama
though.
for signing that bill?
Here's what we're saying, though. It was wrong, and you are the one who made it partisan. I said Obama was wrong. I said McCain
No,
was
she
wrong,
didn't,
didn't
did
I?
she? She didn't say
Didn't
that.
I say the
No,
president was wrong for signing that bill?
Is this
So
the last
I
time we're
did.
going to see? This is why we don't talk politics on the show.
This was the first really good show we've had. We're good.
You want to do Cassie's corner?
It's time.
Look at what we did. We see we went.
But you know
overrun
what?
Cassie's corner.
This is what my idea of giving the Native community something to talk about. This show gave them something to talk about. It gave them the possibility to think about what if someone like Elizabeth Warren is going to run for president after lying about being a Native. Can we trust her? It's going to give them something to think about. Well, where does Jeb Bush stand on giving the land?
Can we trust
to
President
the thing?
Obama again because he signed the bill that gave?
Exactly. Hey,
His mining
but
rights to-
see, we said that about Bush.
You
How
see,
can we trust Bush
this-
when he lied about weapons of mass destruction?
How can
you
we
can
trust
say that
Obama
about
because
any
he
president.
lied about my wife
See,
being
you're
able to keep her doctor?
You are making it about politics. I'm making about what's right and wrong. In your mind, Obama is Satan. I don't feel
No,
that way.
I don't say. When have I said that?
You've never said one thing about Obama that was not a put down.
Kenny?
Ever.
Have
Not
I?
one.
Have I? I've never done that.
Yes, you
I
have.
may have said there's some things I don't disagree with him, but I've always said he's not the Satan that people want to portray him as.
And I have always said
I respect a lot of the things that he's done.
I have spoken good about Bush Sr. A lot of the things he did, I agreed with. Bush Jr., however, was satanic.
So how many think
Because-
Cindy should be the knucklehead of the week? Winner! Winner! Winner!
I
Kenny,
think
it's time to
anybody
go.
that is so extreme in their thoughts or beliefs that they can't listen to what other people have to say and open the conversation are the knuckleheads for life.
Did you get any responses on any of that?
No, they don't care. After having said all that, they don't care. We'll see you guys next week. Talk to you later.
Can take the shot.